In the depths of every person's soul, sometimes a doubt creeps in. Are his prayers being heard? It seems that sincere requests dissolve into silence, finding no response. Sometimes the path of life turns into a raging sea, where the storm replaces the storm, giving no respite. Fatigue accumulates, and the feeling of being lost becomes stronger and stronger. But there is a call to stop this endless race and find a moment of peace. It is important to realize that much is beyond human control, and it is time to let go of the situation, trusting in a higher power. All worries and concerns can be handed over to someone who is able to take them on. You just need to open your heart and let the peace that is offered in return fill your soul. It is promised that care will be shown to all who are worried about. Protection will be given to those who are far away, and comfort will be found for those who yearn, even if they feel alone. Gentle guidance will guide them, often unnoticed by themselves. And in their hour they will return, aware of their mistakes and full of regret. The moment will come when the perpetrators will realize the depth of the pain caused and will begin to sincerely seek forgiveness. As for financial difficulties, you should not indulge in excessive anxiety, because these problems are only transient in nature. Instead of fearing the coming changes, it is better to focus on spiritual search and study of wise counsel. The higher power is constantly directing attention, making sure that hearts remain safe and harmonious. Man has always been under the protection of the higher powers who keep him safe from false temptations. One must continue to work hard and not allow anxieties to burden either the heart or the mind. It is important to remember the promises that are made daily. The higher powers take responsibility for everything that is beyond human control: health, life, material well-being, family. All this is under their watchful eye. One should believe in the boundless love that the higher powers feel for everyone. The depth of this love can be felt in the comfort of their presence. It is necessary to remember all those moments when the higher powers were there, supporting and guiding, in order to keep a firm belief in their infinite love, divine plan, and perfect flow of time. The author of these words promises his addressee an existence filled with exaltation, harmony, and spiritual power, a path marked by an unwavering will backed by dreams of prosperity and well-being. He assures that his protege will be showered with gifts from above on a scale beyond the wildest expectations, incomparably greater than the transient euphoria of material possessions. It invites you to experience the fullness of being enriched with spiritual treasures, free from the obsessive need for approval of others or the thirst for public recognition. It gives spiritual hardening, saturating the soul with the strength to withstand in the face of any challenge. The narrator notes that his ward is overly preoccupied with seeking favor from others, craving their praise and trembling before their condemnation. He declares that the moment has come to break this vicious cycle. Henceforth, he asserts, one should seek appeasement solely in his presence. He urges us to keep our faith in a state of ebullience, to delve into his commandments, to offer prayers at dawn and at the hour of night. The author asks that this message be regarded as a love note, a testimony of his boundless affection, emphasizes that no one else is able to offer as selfless support as he does, assures that he has no need of his addressee's wealth or possessions. He admires his good-heartedness, his desire to help those who suffer, his devotion, love, obedience, and urges him to keep this genuine faith deep in his heart. May loved ones today feel the warmth of his love and support. He is always by their side, reliable and immovable, like an impregnable rock. He offers to let go of all worries and doubts, to feel peace and confidence in his unconditional love. Even in moments of uncertainty, he reminds you of his unwavering support, based solely on love. The desire for intimacy is held back by fears and worries. Doubts cloud the soul, making it carry the burden of past hurts. He invites you to listen to his voice, sweet and healing. His words, written from the heart, are meant to be heard. He loves and frees from any fetters. Gently and gently he encloses in his arms, protecting and defending. Today may bring trials, but it is important to remember this feeling. He will be there for you, whispering words of healing, reminding you of his presence so that no one gets lost in the maze of feelings and stray from the path. He lights a light in the heart, a guiding fire that will shine brighter in the darkness of fear and despair, pointing in the right direction like the sun illuminating the firmament. In the darkness, there is no shadow of hope when the eternal light shines. Any power that seeks to reduce man to ashes will dissipate like smoke before its all-pervading radiance. May you be allowed to see the immensity of love, hear the voice from above day and night, for in every echo of it there is an appeal to you. The holy oil of blessing is poured out generously on everyone, cleansing the mind of doubts. Even at the moment of fall, forgiveness is ready to wash and uplift. There is no shadow of desire in the heart to see anyone broken by fear, crushed by guilt, or languishing in the dungeon of past mistakes. The purpose is not to punish and decree, but to love without limit. For if punishment were the goal, there would be no existence itself. So accept the love that is offered. Do not turn away from it at this moment. Today, everyone stands at the crossroads of two paths. One is the path of truth and life, which leads to a glorious and eternal future. And the other is the path that leads away from the light. Following the path of truth will not save you from the hardships of life, but it will never leave you without help and support in the hour of need. In hours of sorrow and grief, the Heavenly Spirit will be an inexhaustible source of consolation, and words filled with wisdom will show the right path. The gates of mercy are open day and night, ready to receive sincere prayers coming from the heart. The family placed under the patronage will be surrounded by relentless protection and love. Joy, prosperity, and peace will be its faithful companions, and from every evil, be it self-interest, betrayal, or hypocritical friends, a reliable barrier will be erected. A countless host of angels will surround the house, protecting it from all threats and dangers. The Most High is unchanging in time, remaining the same now as in the past, and will remain so forever and ever. Like the rotation of the earth and the shining of the stars in the night, his presence will invariably surround. Any enemy who dares to threaten will meet his mighty rebuff. There is no need to fear anyone or anything, for the family will never be abandoned, for he is always near. From the first breath, he waited for this meeting to personally address and confirm the blessings of the path. He has chosen and chastened, and now it belongs to him. He will never let go, even if the moment comes when it seems that one is tired of him. At that very moment, when the memories come in waves, tears will surely come to your eyes. Images of the past will come to life, where he was always there, like a reliable anchor, ready to lend a helping hand and pull him out of the clutches of danger. He gave peace of mind and brought her out of the fierce struggle, becoming a bulwark when all others turned away. His compassionate gaze left no doubt that his love was boundless. This love, like an evergreen plant, grew stronger day by day through the trials of joy and adversity, poverty and wealth, sickness and health. He was devoted to her forever, and she felt his presence in her life, felt it so strongly that it became a constant. He would never leave her, and any doubts must be cast away. No force in the universe can take away the tenderness, peace, and immense joy he cherishes for her. His love fills her heart with incredible strength, enabling her to stand upright and confident, for victory is at hand. The battle may be hard and the struggle grueling, but he will always be there, ready to support and strengthen her spirit. May she not be afraid to pursue her dreams and stand firm, even when obstacles arise and ill-wishers weave intrigues. May she remain steadfast, like an impregnable mountain rising above the mundane. It is time to let go of negative thoughts and fears that block her path to success. Let no one and nothing can overshadow those intimate dreams that were born in the depths of the soul. It is necessary to adhere firmly to the plans outlined, not allowing difficulties to break the will. After all, if the dream has been granted, then there will be forces for its realization. It should be remembered that the higher powers are always near, supporting and guiding on the way to the goal. It is necessary to keep courage and steadfastness, because faith is able to create miracles that surpass the most daring fantasies. Faith is not just following the will from above, it is admired and approved. Inevitably, there will be critics and envious people, but their words should not matter. Those who mock or call one a fanatic for adhering to the chosen path should be ignored. It is important to keep moving forward like a champion, disregarding the doubts of those around you who will eventually be left behind, embarrassed and lost. One must not listen to the voices that try to throw one off course, for too much has already been traveled and great blessings are on the doorstep. It would be a tragic mistake to give up now. The election was not for failure, but for the triumphant completion of what has been begun. The highest price was paid for the victory of each. Each was thought of in a moment of the greatest self-sacrifice. If these words come to you, know that your mental torment does not escape your attention. The Most High, your God, has chosen you and bestowed blessings upon you because of your unwavering faith and selfless devotion. Your life is a vivid proof of His love. Never forget the great sacrifice He made for you. Your past is not an immutable indication of your future path. In those moments when the world around you seems to be crumbling, you remain faithful, seeking protection in His arms, and in His presence you will always find safety. Take peace and joy in the knowledge that you are under the protection of your Almighty God. Trust in His power to wash away and forgive all your transgressions. Cling to this faith with all your heart. Look forward to the future with hope, for He is ready to work a breathtaking miracle in your life. You openly declare your love for Him and your faith in His power. Likewise, believe that He has sincerely forgiven you. Stop self-abuse and dwelling on past mistakes. He has thrown your sins into a bottomless abyss from which they can never escape. It hurts Him to see you suffer for what you have left behind. Some sacrifice has purified a man, renewing his heart and mind. Now his soul must be filled with the Word, so that his own speeches may bring life and enthusiasm to those around him. He should meditate daily on the promises and commandments, avoiding the dark sides of life. His path has purpose, and the future does not depend on blind chance. He is protected, even in times of attack, sheltered as if by a shield. One's mind should be strengthened by teachings, avoiding those who oppress with words and deeds. He should not return to old friendships or places that might tempt him to return to his former way of life. It is important that his spirit remain warm and not turn cold. A future is planned for him, full of life, peace and blessings, free from sadness and despair. If he will put the higher powers first in his life, be firm in His word and recognize them as the ruler of his heart, he must listen carefully and keep every word in his heart. Like an invisible veil, an embrace envelops a man, and a gaze full of care follows him unceasingly. In hours of unbearable pain, let this message be a beacon of hope. In moments of sorrow, instead of sinking into the abyss of loneliness, let the mind turn to this invisible support. For it is always there, it is an immutable truth. Just call upon it, keep it in the depths of your heart, and the tears will fall away. One should not let tears irrigate the seeds of sorrowful memories that have no place in the garden of the soul. The past is irretrievably gone, and to cling to it is only to multiply suffering. It is necessary to resist the flow of negative thoughts and false statements that seek to take over the mind and tear it apart. Let memory turn to the sacrifice on the cross, where the mighty blood atoned for sins. And let the resurrection be a symbol of rebirth, giving new life to dreams, transforming destiny and strengthening the heart with eternal life. Man has been through much, but he has not broken. And now he rises again, a child empowered from above. Today he will continue his journey to blessings, unstoppable by anything and anyone. Wisdom will be bestowed upon him, the path will be cleared, and obstacles will be removed. He will witness the triumphant return of values and opportunities that seemed irretrievably lost. The main key to true freedom, material prosperity, universal peace, and the bounty of destiny lies in an unshakable faith in higher truths. It is necessary to move forward with unwavering persistence, not letting fear of difficulties or the intrigues of ill-wishers break one's resolve. Now that the highest aspirations for blessings and help are known, it is time to follow the divine guidance and put the instructions into practice. It is necessary to have faith, to seek the higher power, to rekindle the spirit, and to walk boldly toward triumph. Everyone is part of the supreme plan and will be lavishly gifted, for such is the will and the infinite possibilities. All promises will be fully realized. In difficult times, one should reach out to the higher power with trust so that no threats can shake inner peace and self-confidence. The higher power has always been there for you, never leaving you alone, especially in times of life's storms and trials. The plans laid out exceed the wildest expectations, leading to peace and prosperity with designs set in eternity. Trials can seem insurmountable without faith and hope. It is necessary to seek a higher power in the morning hours, offer prayers during the day, and bow before it in the silence of the night. Sincere prayers are admired and resonate with hearts. It may not be visible at first sight, but the heavenly spheres rejoice at the sincere praise. Every prayer offered for the well-being of the family, every request for the protection of loved ones from illness and hardship, every prayer for the eternal presence of the higher powers near them. All this evokes heavenly delight. It is necessary to listen attentively to the answer that is sure to follow. Even if the whole world is shut off by a wall of incomprehension, the support will never be withdrawn. If those who swear their love and devotion suddenly fail, it should be remembered that the love of the higher powers is boundless and surpasses all earthly feelings. It will never disappoint. Life, future, health, all this is under reliable protection and close attention. These gifts should be valued, protected, and treasured. One should not jeopardize the blessings sent down from above and treat them lightly. If one is faithful in small things, if one values what has been entrusted to him in times of need, the promises are that the blessings will only increase and more will be bestowed, which is of great and eternal importance. Suffering touches hearts deeply, evoking compassion. Seeing the sincerity of the soul, the higher powers are favored and will bless as promised, for this is their will. The essence of the universe invites one to accept the blessing and cherish it as a priceless gift. In moments of deepest challenge, when the world seems particularly harsh, one can feel in safe hands, protected by the divine presence. This child of the universe, deeply loved and chosen even before his birth, is endowed with an unshakable heart that has enabled him to pass through countless trials. From the current trial, he will emerge triumphant again, gifted with universal serenity. He must stand firm, knowing that he is destined to win. He belongs to those who conquer, not to those who are crushed by defeat or fear. The strength needed to claim a beautiful future has already been given to him. Prayers for blessings and prosperity have been answered, and a significant opportunity is on the doorstep. One should not lose hope, even if the full splendor has not yet manifested. We must purify our thoughts and heart by listening to the divine word, for therein lies the foundation of all necessary wisdom. The universe calls us to move forward with determination and courage, without hesitation. It has put us through trials many times before and pledges to do so again. But now it awaits commitment, faith, loyalty, and unwavering devotion in action. Devotion, true and unwavering, must be shown not only in words, but also in the depths of the heart. If a person gives his whole self without reserve, he will be able to overcome all obstacles and prevail over all detractors. Those who are scheming and spreading lies will ultimately fail, for their schemes will be destroyed. There is only one source that can provide all that is necessary for a fulfilling life. The promises of this source are immutable and eternal. It will never leave a man to his fate, but will accompany him every step of the way. One must be courageous and not be afraid of threats, because every human being is a precious creature under reliable protection. Prayer for his family has great power and effectiveness. Numerous examples from life confirm the effectiveness of prayer. In difficult times, when a family is facing trials, it is important to seek support and comfort in prayer. Family members may be outwardly smiling, but in their hearts, they are struggling. Kneeling in prayer is encouraged to make sincere requests for their loved ones. A spiritual shield will envelop the family, protecting them from enemy attacks, disease, and danger. Wisdom will descend upon family members, and hidden opportunities will be revealed to them. Strength, peace, tranquility, and the ability to speak with love, avoiding words that hurt, will be granted. Imagine how important it is to feel deep empathy for those who are going through difficulties, how necessary it is to enter into the challenges they face every day. Feel their pain, be there to impart healing and strength to them through a simple touch, easing their suffering and helping them to free themselves from the shackles of the past, healing the wounds in their hearts. Let your words be a reflection of hope, a reminder of the unshakable promises that should always resound in your home where the name is revered. Watch as problems slowly fade away, and your presence fills your family with an atmosphere of peace and harmony. The time will come when you will witness miraculous transformations in their lives, see them grow and develop, finding their way to happiness and well-being, even those who seemed lost. Don't let doubts and negativity shake your faith. Remain steadfast and confident, because the higher design will always lead to victory, no matter what the obstacles. But there must be someone in your home whose faith is strong and sincere, who prays with fervent passion and unshakable confidence, driven by love. That person is you, the one who is able to change the destiny of your family. Pray for them, and you will see the obstacles crumble and the victory become yours. Love for you and your children does not go unnoticed. Concern for the well-being of your offspring is understandable and touching. They are well protected. Prayers for them reach their goal, for there is a protection that protects them from the hardships of life and gives comfort even when hidden from view. Children who have been raised with love and for whom so much sacrifice has been made are under constant supervision. Motherly responsibilities are important, and they were given for a reason. Understanding the concerns leads to peace of mind and a stronger spirit. An invisible shield surrounds them, protecting them from the storms of life, as if in a cradle, constantly watching their every move with tender care and attention. Even when the children's choices are troubling, all fears about their decisions and surroundings are known. Unceasing prayers fill the home with grace. Tell your children the story of a mother whose faith and love lift her daily to the eternal throne, praying for their well-being. Unceasingly remind them of your love, the same love that is a reflection of your essence and unwavering concern for their happiness. Convince them that you have a cherished dream for their life, a plan full of hope and possibility. Never let fatigue cloud your commitment to demonstrating your affection. Even if they don't seem to notice your efforts, don't let doubts take hold of you, and don't hesitate to openly show your concern. They need to realize that their current lifestyle is causing you concern, that their decisions are resonating in your heart with deep pain. Remember that this is all part of their life journey. Show trust and accept the fact that each child is on their own unique path and will inevitably make mistakes. It is crucial to offer prayers that their blunders will not allow dark forces to take root, that lies and accusations will not break their spirit. Offer them unconditional love, guide them when needed, but always be ready to embrace them in a judgment-free embrace. They need to feel your acceptance, to know that your love is a beacon whose light will never go out, that you will always offer prayers for them, advocating for their bright future. Your motherly prayers are a powerful force. When you see the fruits of your tireless intercessions, your heart will be filled with indescribable joy. There is an unwavering faith in a man that is as strong as his love for his children. It is important to remember that temporary setbacks are not the determining factor in his existence. They cannot overshadow his dreams, diminish his talents, or limit his potential, nor can they change his destined path. In the event of a mistake or a fall, one must seek redemption if a sin has been committed. False accusations should be discarded, and having risen, one should go forward boldly, unburdened by fear or guilt. Redemption is possible through faith. Worldly failures may seem final, but for believers, they serve as valuable lessons to point out wrong paths. The past remains in the past, so one must let it go and look to the future, focusing on the important mission. The call should be heeded and the rewards reserved for those who boldly carry the word and follow the example should be accepted. One should not be afraid to confront opponents, for he is protected. In every challenge, he is accompanied by support and assistance. Let one fearlessly follow any path indicated, filled with confidence and faith nourished by a deep understanding of the teachings. He should show courage and steadfastness of spirit, not succumbing to fear or discouragement, knowing that support is always at hand. Even in moments of seeming weakness, it is important to recognize inner strength, for the fall will not be final. Let a person realize his worth. He is destined for prosperity, overcoming difficulties, and gaining lasting victory. The lost will be regained, and peace and forgiveness will fill his life. One must feel confident in his essence without shame. The words of love and pride expressed earlier must penetrate to the very heart, reminding him how precious he is. Healing is already a foregone conclusion. The future is shaped with mercy and forgiveness of past mistakes. No one has the right to condemn or despise. Love and grace envelop the person, making him or her worthy of all the blessings planned. Recognize your worthiness and reject self-abuse. The heart is filled with sorrow when a person listens to false words, putting the words of others above the love and care of the Heavenly Father. It is necessary to accept the truth with all the heart. The Lord created man, predestined his path, and placed him exactly where he should be, for he longs to see his triumph. Disturbing news and world chaos have no power over success. Nothing can stop the blessings prepared and sent down from heaven. However, the choice is left to man. Should he trust in the Lord, or should he give in to the negative influences of others? Should he hold fast to his word, or listen to the voices that seek to mislead him? For the adversaries do not want to see man happy and victorious. He warned that they seek to destroy him. They must not be given a chance to break his spirit. The Lord wants man to feel enveloped in love, safe and encouraged, to live bathed in his peace and love, to be filled with faith, and to move forward fearlessly. Life becomes meaningful and full of confidence when man realizes that a future of triumph and blessings lies ahead of him. A higher power guides him, surrounds him with love, and instills faith in his abilities. Now expressing his conviction in words, he affirms that no matter what trials, his faith will remain unshaken. He finds comfort in the embrace of this power, feels its care and constant attention. He need not fear those who oppose him, for they will face a powerful protector. The problems may seem innumerable, but salvation will come. Those who are hostile will ultimately be shamed and disappointed. They may plot intrigues, seeking to humiliate, but a higher power will intervene to provide support. Soon the person will look back and find that his adversaries are gone, and many are frustrated because they cannot harm him. They do not realize that his greatest ally, his God and Savior, is protecting him. One must believe and firmly know that nothing is impossible for this power. One must act, realizing that it is always near, moving forward, strengthened by the faith given from above. This force has endowed man with power. In order to be able to walk on the waters and crush all forms of evil, he has to fight a decisive battle and triumph, for he is not alone in this confrontation. He has matured, leaving behind the fears and anxieties that plagued him. Let him raise his sword and continue to fight, preparing himself for the blessings to come. He is destined to take possession of the land prepared for him. He will be shown the right solutions and provided with escape routes in every situation, even the most difficult. He is filled with the Spirit to bring healing and support to many who are suffering. His family will be generously blessed and his home will be filled with peace and harmony. Change is coming, the presence of a higher power will dominate his abode, and any dark force sowing confusion will be banished forever. Let him seek and find rest for his soul in the promises made to him, in the word upon which to place all his trust. For it is his God, his stronghold, his health, his strength, his salvation. Let him hold his hand firmly, and then he shall never falter. He is his shield, his sovereign, his healer. Let him proclaim with all his might that he believes in him, and keep his faith in his heart. Comprehensive love and unfailing support accompany man on his journey through life. The divine presence is always there, in the present and the future, to share joys and hardships. After trials and hardships, there are sure to be times of prosperity and new horizons. But it is important to remember that the true value of a person is not determined by worldly assessments, but by the attitude of the Almighty. Criticism and attacks of ill-wishers should not shake faith in oneself and divine mercy. It is necessary to remember firmly the forgiveness and blessing that the Lord bestows. He is the sure defense against those who wish to do evil, and one should move forward with unwavering determination, knowing that the heavenly protector protects one from harm. To feel this support, one should open one's heart to the divine words and turn reverently to the sacred scriptures, remembering the sacrifice made for humanity. One should avoid returning to past mistakes and look to the future without being distracted by empty temptations. God has grandiose plans for everyone and expects selfless devotion, calling to seek him in everything and follow his path. The Almighty believes in man and knows about his love, so you should not give in to despair and despondency. Faith in one's own beliefs must be maintained, for a bright future full of deep meaning and bountiful gifts already looms on the horizon. Even in the darkest times, when doubts torment the soul, it is important to realize that every trial sent down by fate carries a purpose. No event happens by chance. Everything is permeated by a higher plan. Even when it seems that the whole world has turned against us, it is important to remember that promises are sure to come true, bringing blessings and moments filled with sincere kindness. It is necessary to listen carefully to the divine words, carefully keeping hope and faith in the heart. Despondency is inadmissible. One must steadfastly resist the temptation to give in to despair. Problems arising on the path of life are not accidental and do not predetermine a tragic fate. On the contrary, every obstacle is a chance to become stronger and grow spiritually. It is through these trials that character is tempered, like gold in the fire. One must believe that every experience, whether joyful or sad, is an integral part of personal growth and brings one closer to the fulfillment of divine promises. One realizes how difficult it can be to trust these words, especially at times when doubt overwhelms and hopes seem to be dashed. When one feels off track or plagued by doubt, it is important to remember the unfailing support and love. Regardless of the circumstances, this love remains steadfast. It will never leave, for he is a creation, the most beloved child. Even if it is difficult to see the destined path now, one must have faith that it leads to the incredible places that have been promised. Realizing how difficult it is to keep faith when life presents unexpected turns and when trust has been betrayed by those you have trusted, it is important to remember the unwavering love that is always there, supporting you in every challenge. There is no need to give up or grow tired of the struggle. You just need to hold on a little longer. For the season of change and renewal is just around the corner. Those trials that have caused pain and left scars in your soul will turn into valuable lessons that will strengthen your spirit and elevate you above your circumstances. Listening to oneself and persevering will open the door to abundance. Even when promises seem to lag in fulfillment, one should see one's patience as seeds waiting in fertile soil, ready to sprout at the right time. Let hope be an indestructible support, for waiting supported by faith is not only a manifestation of wisdom, but also an act of true courage. Faith should be the light that dispels the darkness of the most difficult trials, illuminating the path of life. Do not be deceived by the appearance of the present moment, for in the midst of events there is a constant work in progress, preparing for the triumph and enjoyment of all the splendor of destiny. It should be remembered that even when despair tries to take hold of the soul, it is in the darkest nights that the light of faith shines brightest. There is no need to lose courage in this spiritual journey, for everyone has a margin of safety that surpasses any self-image. The difficulties encountered along the way are nothing but stepping stones to spiritual perfection. The promises made from above are immutable and unchangeable. They are not mere words, but divine guarantees that are destined to materialize at the perfect moment. One must accept the divine plan with unwavering faith, for the blessings of destiny surpass the wildest dreams and expectations. One must not give up even when the obstacles seem insurmountable. We must keep moving forward, for the era of change, prosperity, and spiritual transformation is at hand, a time when divine promises will become a reality. Imagine how cherished dreams and ambitious aspirations, the very dreams that now seem almost unrealizable, become flesh and blood, a tangible reality. And these are not just beautiful words, but a firm assurance based on the unshakable foundation of divine promise. For the Most High is a God who is true to his word, and every promise he makes is invariably fulfilled. Therefore, go forward boldly without losing a shred of faith. Let your heart and mind be open to the divine guidance, being sensitive to every sign and instruction. Remember that every event taking place in your life is a part of a great plan, a painstaking work of the Creator for your good. Keep unbiased thinking. Look at the world with wide open eyes, ready for any twists and turns of fate. Wait with unwavering faith and hope, for often the most valuable gifts and the greatest blessings come quite unexpectedly, like a thunderbolt. Know that you are a precious child of God, a dearly loved son or daughter, and the Most High is always by your side, protecting and supporting you. That is why there is no place for despair and despondency, because amazing changes and grandiose events, which you have been waiting for so long, are already looming on the horizon of your life. Today, the Creator calls you to keep the flame of faith burning brightly and unquenchably, illuminating your life path. Move forward, trusting the divine words, and be open-hearted, for the Most High will open new doors and create unique opportunities for you. The commitments he has made to you will certainly be fulfilled. All circumstances will work out in the best possible way, working in your favor. Walk in faith toward the meaningful future the Creator has prepared for you. You are his brave child, capable of overcoming any obstacle. Devotion and unwavering faith will not escape notice, for from the beginning you were the chosen one. Your heart holds a special destiny for you, and your fate is securely sealed in the palm of your hand. Nothing and no one can hinder the destiny, for you are a child, a unique pearl in the kingdom, priceless and irreplaceable. With these words, let it be assured that you will never be alone. Always at all times, sharing every joy and every triumph, he will be by your side. His love for you is unwavering, and the strength invested in you knows no bounds. Do not pay attention to empty and false speeches that seek to convince you otherwise, but move forward with unwavering faith and fearlessness. Do not fear the storms of life. Do not fear the threatening waves that surround you on all sides. And do not lose hope when the burden of problems seems overwhelming. Look to the heavens, and there you will find the strength you need, the same strength that has sustained countless others before you. He urges her not to be afraid, for he is her father, her reliable support and faithful protector. He emphasizes that she, his precious daughter, has the heart of a warrior, ready to face any trials and tribulations with courage. She should not give in to disappointment or fear, listening to the false whispers of her detractors. The power of the Holy Spirit dwells in her, and the warmth of his presence can light an unquenchable fire in her heart, and wisdom can guide her every step. He encourages her to stand upright and proud as a courageous daughter, as an inspired leader ready to make an impact on the world around her. She should remember her uniqueness, that her voice can touch hearts and her compassion can heal deep wounds. She should not settle for ordinariness and worldly temptations that can cloud her vision. She is destined for an extraordinary life of purpose and meaning. It encourages her to boldly aim high and pursue her dreams with unwavering faith, to not back down in the face of hardship, and to not waver in fulfilling the role of the noble woman he has called her to be. At all times, one should realize the importance of courage and gratitude, for it is gratitude that has the mighty power to open new horizons. One must appreciate every breath, every dawn, and every opportunity that arises on life's journey. Even in times of hardship, there is always reason for gratitude, For in it lies a peace that surpasses all understanding. It must be remembered that there is a God who can turn the impossible into reality. What seems unattainable becomes possible through faith and trust in Him. One must accept the miracle of change and boldly follow the dreams He has placed in one's heart. One should not stop in front of difficulties because they are opportunities for spiritual growth and learning. Life should be filled with love and selfless self-sacrifice. The heart should be filled with kindness, forgiveness, and grace. It is important to love one's neighbors and help those in need, for by giving love, one discovers true joy and feels the presence of God in its fullness. All cares and burdens should be handed over to Him, so that He does not have to face them alone. Let her leave her fears and anxieties behind, knowing that His boundless love will always keep her safe. He will be her refuge in the storms of life, a beacon that dispels the darkness of despair. Let her trust Him, and His peace will fill her heart with light and warmth. Let her move forward with courage, faith, courage, and virtue, which characterize her essence. Then she will see abundance flourishing in all areas of her life. Her dreams will come true, her desires will be fulfilled, and her talents will blossom. Nothing will be able to block her path, for He will always be at her side, giving her strength, wisdom, and understanding, ensuring triumph in all endeavors. Let nothing in this world put fear in her, for she is His precious daughter, a radiant flower in His kingdom, brave, strong, and diligent. Her faith and perseverance shine with the beauty of her spirit. May she continue to press forward, remembering that His love for her is immeasurable and beyond anything she can imagine. May these words be a constant reminder and inspiration for her to live a life filled with faith, purpose, and love. He loves her immensely, and may this day be the beginning of her new beautiful life. Listen carefully, for it is no accident that these words reach your ears. This message, full of grace, peace, prosperity, and immense joy, is intended to penetrate to the deepest depths of your soul and to provoke you to reflection. Many souls wander in a labyrinth of distractions and temptations that lead only to destruction and alienation from true love. Let us heed, my children, and avoid the fleeting charms of modern life. This world promises fulfillment in desires and pleasures, but these promises only lead you away from the light and toward destruction. It is a sad picture in the present age that many people have strayed from the true path, caught up in worldly passions, following trends and lifestyles that bring only misery. The world is full of temptations, and its ways are deceptive. The allure of worldly pursuits may beckon you, promising you joy, but ultimately leads only to spiritual downfall. Do not give in to these deceptions, for they will lead you into shadows and emptiness. In a world full of temptations and fleeting pleasures, it is important to be steadfast in not falling for the deceptive promises that come from forces that seek to lead you away from the true path. It is necessary to protect yourself from the influence of voices that distort the truth and lead away from the destination. The pursuit of a full, blessed, and joyful life requires strict adherence to certain principles. The point is to deeply internalize and apply these principles in all aspects of one's existence. They should be a reliable guide to light the way and give strength to overcome the trials of life. It is not a matter of isolation from the world, but of consciously avoiding its destructive values and practices. It is important to strive to be a source of positive change by spreading love and truth around you. It is essential to become the beacon of light and hope that the world so desperately needs. A life based on these principles leads to the inner peace and prosperity that comes from being in harmony with one's higher purpose. One should face life's challenges with courage, remembering that support is always there. Even in the face of serious obstacles, do not lose courage. In their hands are concentrated opportunities to strengthen the spirit, and life's trials are steps on the way to triumph, crowned with success and prosperity. The author urges one not to follow worldly temptations, but to live in accordance with his teachings and principles. The temptation of dishonesty and shortcuts should be avoided, as they lead only to ruin. One should seek wisdom from his precepts, thus ensuring one's well-being in a full, prosperous life. Devotion to his precepts will bring great gifts, fostering growth in all areas of existence. Living in this way, one will find the peace, joy, and prosperity that only he can bestow. One should not turn away from him and allow the world to pull oneself from his protection. One should have faith in his ways, holding firmly to his precepts, even in times of difficulty. Then one will see how everything works out for his benefit. The author cherishes everyone, wishing the best, so do not be discouraged because of today's problems. It is necessary to believe in his unfailing support, knowing that he is always near, listening to prayers and answering them. With unfailing love and profound wisdom, he has a deep affection for her, his beloved daughter, his precious child. On this momentous day, he pours his blessings upon her, inviting her to raise her hands and allow his divine radiance to permeate her being. May the sound of his voice be a balm to her anxieties, instilling courage and hope in her soul, guiding her to find serenity in the midst of life's storms. This message is surely more than a mere collection of words. It is a living testimony of his everlasting love and sincere desire for her all-round prosperity. He urges her to cherish these words as a comfort to her soul and a guiding star to light her path in life. She has been through severe trials, but he is here to heal her wounds and free her from the shackles that bind her. She may be struggling with an ailment, having doubts about her recovery, but let her remember that he is always there for her, never leaving her. He has known her since the moment she was born, carefully crafting her with precision and boundless love. Every fiber of her being is a vivid manifestation of his love and comprehensive plan for her. He asks her to listen carefully, for he has already looming on the horizon is that long-awaited miracle for which the soul has longed. This extraordinary omen will soon reveal itself in all its glory, when the Almighty, the source of all things, will reveal his power in an unexpected way. Therefore, we must hold fast to hope and trust in divine providence, for the hour of the miracle is inexorably approaching. It is a starry hour when his presence will envelop us like a cloak of grace and power, allowing his power to renew every cell of our being. The Spirit will penetrate the innermost corners of the soul, healing and transforming all aspects of being. He knows all prayers and searches for a sign, a divine intervention that can banish the fears that torment us. And now the moment has come, for he has heard the pleas. In the midst of darkness, he shines a light, dispelling the shadows of doubt and fear. Fortitude and tears did not go unnoticed. Therefore, it is safe to say that the season of bounty is upon us. The miracle is already unfolding, and he is ready to shower his blessings in abundance. Gloomy times are a thing of the past, so we should lift up our eyes and throw off the burdens that drag us down, for a sumptuous feast of triumph lies ahead, even in the midst of ill-wishers, and the cup of life will overflow with rejoicing and prosperity. The most cherished dreams and aspirations will be fulfilled in abundance, exceeding all expectations. Let the child boldly march forward, confidently advancing to the intended goal. Do not let circumstances to restrain the flight and doubts or malicious whispers of opponents to extinguish the flame of faith. It is important to remember that everything is possible with him because he is the God of miracles, and what seems unrealizable will become a tangible reality. He will heal the wounds of the past and restore lost strength, replenishing all that has been diminished in life. There is no need to fear, for his love and power transcends any challenge one may face. One should hold tightly to his promises with all his heart, for there is no limit to what he is able to accomplish in life when one places his faith in him wholeheartedly. The gates of opportunity will open wide, the paths to success will be cleared, and the impossible will become visible evidence of his greatness. Therefore, one must keep one's heart open to the miracle, waiting in awe for its manifestation. One must be ready to immerse oneself in its grace and love, allowing it to fill one's being with light and joy. The destiny of each person is under the watchful eye of the higher powers guiding the path of life. It is important to trust this guidance, realizing that everything that happens is subordinate to a higher purpose. It is necessary to gratefully accept the gifts of fate, but one should not focus solely on personal benefits. The true purpose is to share joy and inspiration with others, becoming an agent of positive change. Everyone can be a source of support for those going through difficult times. By showing compassion and sharing hope, you can transform the world around you, bringing light and healing to the desperate. A personal story filled with faith and overcoming can be a powerful testimony of limitless possibilities. It is important to remember that even in moments of doubt and challenge, a higher power remains in control. One should not lose hope if the desired changes do not happen instantly. It is necessary to remain true to your beliefs, knowing that all efforts are aimed at achieving well-being and joy. By focusing on a higher purpose and trusting in its providence, one can find the true meaning of life. Amidst the assurances, one is not to be distracted by worldliness. He is a devoted father, ready to restore, heal, and generously bless. His favorite child, his dear daughter, must never forget that it is in him that she finds right direction, wisdom, and comfort in all of life's adversities. He is always there for her, never leaving her. Today, he encourages to hold on to the truth that is needed on this journey. He is always there, no matter how protracted the waiting period may seem or how bleak the road ahead may seem. One must trust that all actions taken with integrity and guided by wisdom are meant to prosper because he is there for her, offering unfailing support and filling her with the strength needed to overcome any obstacles. She does not walk this path alone, but with his constant accompaniment. It is necessary to take faith and trust in his promises, for they are unwavering and unshakable. It is natural to be disappointed when the results you are looking forward to do not come. You should not be discouraged and allow doubts to cloud your mind, even if what you want is not realized in an instant. At the most unexpected moment, the miracle for which one has been praying so fervently will happen. Until that time comes, one must continue to follow God's commandments and maintain a spiritual connection with him. The love and grace of the Most High will accompany at every stage of life, filling the soul with calmness and confidence, which are unfathomable in times of uncertainty. It is important to remember that God has a plan for each person, to give hope in a future full of blessings and joy. This certainty should guide actions and decisions, inspiring us to persevere even when the path seems foggy. Each step taken in faith brings one closer to the realization of cherished dreams and the fulfillment of the divine purpose for life. Therefore, we must keep our eyes fixed on God and our hearts open to his guidance. Let the guidance become a compass, and let the inner voice respond to the presence of a higher power, strengthening the spirit. In this union will reveal courage to make difficult decisions, wisdom to choose the right path, and unwavering fortitude in the face of any challenge. Overcoming the vicissitudes of life hand in hand will open up to the splendor of the plans for everyone. May harmony and grace prevail. Amen.